Hey there, folks. Let's do today's CSS Daily Target. Is that a 700? I think it's a 700. All right. So what do we need? What do we need to do this? I think we're going to need an element, so we're going to leave a paragraph tag there. But let's see what we can do about the circles here. Can we do the circles as a repeating gradient? So I'm going to get rid of the background, and then let's create the first circle. Radial gradient 1Q, which means circle, or is equivalent to circle. I'm going to do an inner color of, let's say, 15 pixels. And then this light color, 40 pixels. And then transparent. And then I'm going to do background color. Okay, so that's the background color. That's our backup. All right, so I'm going to do an at 200 pixels, 240, 50, 60. So that's the technique I'm going to use. I want to put it where it should be, and then we'll get the numbers right. How about minus 10 pixels? No, 100 pixels. There we go. 90, 100, 95. Yeah, that looks centered. Okay, so this will be 20, and that'll be 50. Okay, so we're in the right place. And now what I'd like to do is, what do I need to do now? Well, it's a 0, 0, and let's give it 100% width, which is correct, and then 200 pixels, which gets us 1. How about 1? Okay. So here, okay, so 90, 110. So at 110 height, it repeats correctly. So I'm going to remove the at. So I think that's going to be the correct repeat. So now I need to move it on the x-axis, 40 pixels, 60, 70, 80, 90, and then down 50 pixels. How about 40 pixels? All right, so that's how you do that. So what are alternatives? If we want to leave that as it is, and we don't want to, like, we then need to cover it, right? Is kind of the interesting question there. So the alternative would be, I'm going to set that to be transparent. So I'm going to have, okay, so here's what I'll do. I'll put this here, put the dark color. So rather than have this backup color, I'm going to put the dark color and dark color, and then have this be transparent. And then the next thing is a linear gradient. And I'll show you red, blue, green. And that shows you what I'm kind of getting at there. So, okay, so then we get that color, and then the light color, and then the dark color, and then we need to add color stops. So what is that? 10%, maybe 15. How about 11, 12, 12%, and then that makes that 88%. Okay, so that's how we get that's step 1. That's the big circles. And the next part, how do we do this 7? I think that's where our element comes in. So I think what I see here, weirdly, is a box shadow. I think the dark is a rock shadow, and then this is the element. That means we need an element that is this wide. So that width is what? It's from here, which is 90, to here, which is 180. 180, 90, 180. So it's 90 wide. Okay. So here we go. We're going to create background pink as a stopgap. We're going to move margins onto this element. Margin 50, 0, 100, 0, no, 50, let's say 30, 0, and then, well, actually, I think I know what I want. I need to be at this position, so that's going to be 180, well, I think it's 188 because of the default margins on the body. Okay, that's kind of getting what I want. Ooh, it's close. All right, so I'm going to align this element so a little bit further down, 60, 70, 75, let's say. And this needs to be, is this just 180? No, is it 172? So that's 72, that's what I want. And then the height is 200? No, the height is 180. All right, next. What border radius do I want? I need a border, so, okay. Our background is actually going to be a linear gradient coming in from the side. So a linear gradient, 90 degrees, and then it's this color. And then I'm going to do pink, just to be, cute. So that's what I'm creating. And that's going to be transparent, but I want to keep track of it so I understand and make sure that I'm creating what I want. Border radius, I think it's going to be 20 pixels, 0. How about 30 pixels? Now I could do, I know this needs to be curved and this needs to be straight, right? Because I'm about to make a background. So, okay, so here's the next thing I need to do. Is the background box shadow. Box shadow, yes, box shadow, which we know is minus 90 pixels and 0. There it is. Okay, so let's go ahead and make this number correct. So that, and then transparent. Getting there. I haven't forgotten about this block here. Trust me. Please trust me. All right, that width would be great if it was a percentage that I could do, right? Because that's shorter code. 20, 30, 31, 32, 33, 33%. That might work. I hope it's going to work. And then so I'm going to leave that black, because we still got to do what's below it. And I think what's below it is a conic gradient. Conic. I don't know that I called my shot very well here for you. Like, Joe, what are you making? Why are you doing what you're doing? Sorry. I was mainly trying to avoid, what was I trying to avoid? I did it in the order, so yeah. So these circles are on the background. This rectangle with the one corner that's rounded is the P element. This scalloped part is a shadow, and then this is below the element as a conic gradient piece. So there it is, and I need to do an at. And I guess I can measure from here. So what is that? From here, like 60 to here, 240, so that's 180. 180 pixels. And then the height, it's like 40 pixels. Maybe it's 50, 60, and then I move it. All right. Over more, 5, 6. Down more, 45. And now I can set the color of that background, or not the background, nope, I said that wrong, of the box shadow. And I think that gets it. Let's submit. So again, background, background, paragraph element, box shadow, and then conic gradient. Those are the pieces. You have a lot of choices for how to do this guy. You could do all elements on this. Likely you could use a lot of these same techniques. Obviously, as with most things, you could do everything as just backgrounds. Today I'm not going to do that. Sometimes I do all the things, and then today, that's fine. Short day, a little tuning, a little bit of removal, and that's the final. Super fun. I really like it. Minor surprise that 33% works. Usually when there's a 1/3 solution, that ends up being a problem, but I guess the number is such that, it's 90, so divisible by a third. I don't know, maybe maybe not. Anyway, hope you have a great day. Go make a web page, please. The world needs web pages, and need you to share your truths and say what's going on in life, in the world, in life, and in everything. Okay, bye bye.